So in the next 30 minutes, we are going to cover three key topics: computer vision in the time of COVID pandemic, computer vision tasks, then a little bit walkthrough with the computer vision use cases. So I'm sure in the next 29 minutes, I'm going to give you a completely visual experience as we are talking more related to the computer vision. So usually if you look at, as from the morning, we are hearing very huge things about in and around the nuts and bolts of AI. So the five senses, if you look at, where AI cannot do only one, which is the taste. AI cannot do the taste, but it can hear, it can smell, it can touch. But in which, out of the five senses, the important one is eye, which is what we call vision. That's where the computer vision came in the picture. So now let me give you some examples how people are using computer vision in this the pandemic. So one of the good example is contactless screening. Now let's say whether it's in the office or any industry or while coming from the airport, you want to understand whether this guy is having the corona symptoms or not. So that's where, without touching the person, where we can screen with the use of computer vision algorithms. And apart from that, even we can understand the social distancing between one person to one person, and where you can have even alert when the persons are coming closer with a red light, with a red box, you can see here. Now, apart from that, so even if you look at measure of the government in our state, even outside India also, people started using this face mask detection. Literally in few countries, when people are wandering without mask, they used to get automatic fines as well. So you can see clearly here, when a person is wearing a mask, it can detecting with the mask with the accuracy. This is what the percentage where you can see with the accuracy. Then apart from that, if you have the radial, if you have the X-rays, even it can be detected using the symptoms in the image itself. So that's why in the morning, Dr. Srini, when he was speaking about the radiologist, so that's why the radiologists are slowly going to replace with this algorithms. And apart from that, so you want to understand in your, now let's say you are one of the employee in the organization and being the supervisor of the entire team, you want to understand how many people are mandatorily using sanitizers before coming or after leaving from the organization or in between. This is where even one of the example which very often people are using nowadays. Then this example is from our backyard, Chennai. So Drishyam 4.0 drones, where they started using monitoring of the heavy crowd in the curfew, especially when the lockdown time is happened. So where they used to fly the drone, and with that they used to capture the in and around environment, and they used to understand whether people are huge crowd is there or not. This is one of the startup from the Chennai. Similarly, there is one more startup called RayReach Technologies. So they come up with a lot of computer vision use cases. Now, let's say in the organization, they want to understand, so whether the doctors especially, whether they are using gloves or not every time, whether they are using the PPE kits or not. So on the right hand side, you can see there is a count. So whenever the employee of that particular resource, when he's violating that, you'll have the count here. So it's a basic algorithm which is written using computer vision, where you can have all the monitoring numbers here. And apart from that, this is where very heavily we are using for detection of COVID using thermal scanning. Now, what do you mean by computer vision? So computer vision is the process of extracting real-life information from an existing image. In other words, make computers understanding images and videos or any visual data. So if you look at the picture, now we want to understand how many cars are there, what is the size of that particular car, what is the difference between this building and that building. So this is what we are going to do with especially computer vision. So it's a more understanding of the visual data particularly. Now let's move to the other topic, the second topic of the session, which is computer vision tasks. So there are a lot of tasks are there, but particularly these four are very important, which play a vital role in the computer vision activities. So specifically when you are dealing with a one particular object, that's where very heavily we'll use the classification and classification plus localization. You can see if you carefully observe the two images, you'll understand the difference between this. In going forward, I'm going to demystify the difference between both of this. When you are having a multiple images, when you are dealing with multiple objects at a time, then that's where we are going to use object detection or instance segmentation. Now let's quickly walk through with one of the computer vision tasks. So image classification, which is the core task in computer vision. So basically it involves assigning a label to the entire image. Now if you see in the image, there was cat, right? So for cat, putting a box with a labeling. So task may apply to much broader set of tasks related to classifying the content of the images. For example, if you want to understand the labeling an X-ray as cancer or not, classifying handwritten digit, or assigning the name of photograph of a person name. That's a few examples of classification. So if you carefully look at here, in this first image, you have the entire image, but explicitly we kept that box as a train. We are targeting only the image. We are leaving the rest of the place. That is what technically called classification. Even on the right hand side, you can see the person, and we are leaving this space. So in general, by leveraging either machine learning or deep learning, explicitly you are going to write an algorithm to understand the image or visual data. So in machine learning, you are going to use heavily will use k-means or KNN algorithms. If it is a deep learning, you are going to use CNN or VGG16. So this is how the system will understand. If you look at now, let's say this is the portion of the image, and system will understand in this way. So that's where explicitly you need to write in the algorithm, and you need to specify these numbers. So one of the examples quickly I want to share using the classification. But let's say you are scanning a document, and once the image processing is over, as there is a embedded algorithm is already written leveraging a deep learning. As I said earlier, heavily we are going to use the CNN or VGG16, which is the basic algorithm to understand this image or visual data, and then it will be validating, and then finally you will have the output of that particular thing. So if you are using any apps using your mobile, in any smart mobile, so inherently there is this CNN algorithm is there. Now let's move to classification and localization. If you understand the difference between previous classification and localization, now here explicitly you are going to target that particular object in that. As I said, image classification involves assigning the label to an entire image or a photograph. Now localization involves assigning a class label to an image or showing the location of the object in the image by a bounding box. So some of the examples would be, for especially classification with a localization, would be labeling an X-ray as a cancer or not, or drawing a box around that cancerous region. Classifying photographs of animal. So let me quickly walk through. See here, you can see in this image there is a dog, and you can see here chair frontal, chair frontal, and we are not focusing on this background space. Now let's move to the object detection. So here again, when it comes to the classification with localization, very heavily we will use either SSD or sliding window algorithms. And object detection. So as I said earlier, when you're dealing with the classification with the localization, you'll be dealing with only one object. When you have multiple objects in place, we are going to use object detection. So object detection is the task of image classifying with the localization, although an image may contain multiple objects that require to localization and classification. So one of the challenge and there is a more challenged task than simple image classification or image classification with the localization, as often there are multiple objects in the image of different types. So for example, if you take a few of the examples of objects, object detection, drawing a box and labeling each object in the street scene, drawing a bounding box and labeling each object in the indoor photograph, or even in a language. Now let me take this example here. So if you see here, it is identified few pedestrians and it is captioning with a person. And if you see here, it's car. So this is where, when we are talking about the object detection. See here, it is detecting the birds, and the numbers what you are seeing is the accuracy. Now let's move to the fourth computer vision task, which is instance segmentation. So as you are having multiple objects, obviously you're going to use this instance segmentation. So if you see the image, we don't want to whether the background or something. We are going to more target on the pixel. That's where when segmentation always try to semantically understand the role of each pixel in the image. Now let's say you want to highlight this person, or you want to highlight this car, you want to highlight this pole or this tree. This is how we are more focusing on the pixel here. If you are getting some kind of input, actual image is like this. When you process this, the semantic segmentation output will be like this. So this is your input image. On the left hand side, you can see a tree, and these are the processed outputs. This is your bench, and on the right hand side, the 4 images you can see. This is what the basic instance segmentation. Same. You can see here are multiple examples with a person, with a name, but we are not going to mention a particular, we are least bothered about the background as we are more targeting on the pixel. So very heavily for instance segmentation, we'll use mask RCN. Now let's move to computer vision use cases. So very heavily, if you look at, apart from the industrial space, so in the sports, very heavily computer vision is used. Now if you look at, this is the actual video or image of a football match where you can understand the positions of each player, and even you can track of each player. You can see here with the different ways of looking at the data. And with that, you can even generate the insights. Another reason, as I said, where we spoke about the object detection, right? Now here we're talking about the event detection. Now before this player is hitting the ball, how many scenes are there? You can see that it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, you can even detect the events and body pose estimation. As I said, this is the actual image. On the right hand side, you can see the body pose estimations of each player. Even individually, you can do that also. And action tagging. So this is one of the popular, very often you use in sports. Now let's say when players are moving, you want to understand where the players are moving, which area more, which area less. That's where we create heat maps. You can see here, this is the place where the players are moved more and more here in front of the goal post, and next this side and this side. This again, where you want to understand the players and ball positioning, where the ball is moving in and around in the ground. And even I'm sure everybody, majority of the people watch cricket in India. So whenever you have a question about the decision given by an umpire, where the teams got a chance to review the decision, right? Now, when you look at, this is the screen you will get when a third umpire is taking a look at that particular decision, right? So now, if you see here, whether the ball is pitching inline or not, this is where very heavily computer vision is used. And whether the ball is going to hit the wickets or not, whether there is a contact with the bat or not, all these things can be done using computer vision. And sometime back, this technology was introduced by Hawkeye, which is a US company. And same even if you look at this ultra edge technology. So very heavily, the background computer vision algorithms are used here. However, if you look at a player for the football, for the basketball, once they practice this, you capture all the video, and after that, you can understand what went wrong and where was the time we took. So all that kind of insights it is going to generate. This is where the company is from Home Court. And as I said, the recognition. If you see here, there is an action and it is recognition. You can see that ball in hand, and here it's a defense. Here it's walk, no action, like that. So even if you look at in the tennis, especially when the ball is pitching on the line or not, whether is it in or out, this is also a completely leveraged with computer vision. And we at Orbit Shifters, we have our own product which is into sports. We call our flagship product as Sports Vision. So essentially, irrespective of the games, we generate these kinds of insights with the videos. So action and event tagging, player tracker, body posture analysis, team and brand logo detection, to match highlights, and rapid pro. Ratings Pro. Ratings Pro is a kind of a model for football based on the FIFA data points, where you can measure the performance of each player. And very closely we are working with the Olympics team, especially for the combat sports, especially for football, boxing and taekwondo. Now let's say you want to understand player A between player B, how many punches has done and what was the time taken to retrieve back and what was the time took and what is the speed of each punch. These kind of insights which we generate using the Sports Vision platform. And apart from the sports, if you look at the very popular OCR, which is optical character recognition, and even facial recognition, if you look at even nowadays, even you are getting in your mobile as well, right? So that's where the computer vision comes into the picture. And even smile detection. You see now with a few cameras where it can detect only the smile capture. Now if you see here, there are around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 images, and remaining it would be automatically deleted. It's not even going to save in your mobile or a camera which you are taking. But this feature is only available with few models, not with all the models. And this is very interesting image if you look at. So this is the image where at the age of 12 years, this girl was like this. And at 32, this girl is, this is the actual image. See here. So this is what they call using biometrics, where even you can evaluate and understand the age of the person. Nowadays, we look at without using the password, where with the use of face, we used to log into our laptops or even in a mobile. So that's again computer vision, very normal task. And apart from that, now let's say you have huge characters. The one person, we don't have a similar faces, right? Or else you should have some kind of a mask and put them and shoot. Instead of that, if you look at, I'm not sure whether you watched a movie called Matrix. So this guy is the main actual villain, right? So whenever he touches or whenever he wants to mimic, automatically the person will become similar to him, right? So these kind of special effects are also done using computer vision. Even if you take Robo is the best example from our Indian context. And same happens for, you take majority of the Hollywood movies, they use computer vision whenever there is a motion capturing scenes. Even Bahubali, when you talk Avatar, so very heavily they use computer vision there. And medical imaging as well. So whether it's MRI or CT scanning or especially on the X-ray part, so very heavily we use this computer vision algorithms. So when you're talking about autonomous car, where on the top of the car you will have a lidar which is to capture all the environment, right? So that's where it is going to understand whether we can go or not based on the signal of the front. So all this is happening through with this computer vision. So apart from that, even if you look at the industrial space, there are a lot of industrial robots which use it to assembly as well, and even to inspection check for the quality of the product. So that's it. I'm happy to answer if you have any questions, please.